guys, Oscar here at Not a Grouch on Twitter, notagrouch.com, and I'm here with a special video today. I'm going to give you a review of a new program I'm part of called IamJohnChow.com. That stands for Internet Marketing JohnChow.com. If you've been following my blog, you know that I admitted maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago that I am a marketer. This was kind of a hard realization to come to because generally marketers are looked down upon, and but the more work I do for clients and more consulting that I do, the more I'm realizing that my creativity is really geared towards marketing. So I decided to shift my business a little bit and do less hands-on building of websites and technical support, and do a little more consulting and internet marketing. If you have been living under a rock, then you would know that internet marketing is where the big money is being made. Big companies like Coca-Cola, Nike, tons of companies use internet marketing to grow their business, and it's not just exclusive to those big corporations. You also, if you have a small mom and pop shop, you definitely need to spend some time on internet marketing because it gives you your best bang for your buck. So if you go to like Google and Google Places, if you do some social media marketing, then you'll be able to be found by your customers. But one of the things that everybody needs and everybody wants is to make more money and to spend less time. So I went out and looked for a good program that would help me learn more about it. I already know how to build websites. I already know how to build links and how to do stuff that is the basis of how the internet works. I'm a technical guy. I've been a technical guy for 12 years, 13 years getting paid doing this. But it really kind of burned me out, and about 3 years ago I quit my corporate job to dedicate full time to my own company, which I've grown and is fairly successful. You can find me at oscarstech.com or ocweb.pro. But even that takes a lot of my time. I end up working anywhere from 8 to 14 hours a day, and even though I work from home and I get to hang out with my daughter and my wife whenever they're home, I still have to go to the computer and check things and do things that take away from the things I really want to be doing. So I asked my buddy John Chow what his next thing was going to be and how he could help me grow my business and minimize my time. So he told me that he was going to come out with this new program called I Am John Chow, and that's what I'm going to tell you about today. In fact, if you saw the video with me in the car with him, telling you a little bit more about it, before he took his flight to Shanghai in the past few weeks, then you may be already familiar with it. But in any case, I also did a blog post on my blog with very much a lot of explanations and details about the program, so you can go read that as well. If you're watching this on my blog already, then obviously you already know about my blog post. But if you're looking for the blog post to read more about it, look in the link below in the description. And if you're watching this video somewhere else, go to notagrouch.com and look for the John Chow, I am John Chow review. So, let me tell you really quick. Again, it's an internet marketing course, and it walks you through all the necessary steps to build. I don't know what that was. It walks you through all the necessary steps for you to build a business online from scratch. Now, here's the thing. He tells you it's from scratch, but you can also use this if you already have something going on, and you can complement what you're doing with all the lessons that he's going to go through. The program itself is 90 days long, but in contrast to other programs I've seen and other programs that are out there, each day is given to you one day at a time, so you can focus on one lesson, one task, and the homework for that day before you jump to the next day. This helps you with the whole shiny object thing, where if you see a module that you like, you may want to jump ahead, and then you miss some things, and at the end of week 2, week 3, you've been jumping around so much and you haven't done anything. So this system walks you through step by step, one day at a time. And let me show you a little bit of how it works. Once you get access to the system, you will see that you have access to the exclusive members area, as you see here, and of course there's a welcome video by John telling you all that you can expect from the program, and it also tells you how the program is broken down. there's a daily action plan, there's a knowledge bank. I'll tell you more about the knowledge bank in a minute. There's a success secret system and the Facebook module empires. These are the very top 4 sections. In fact, Facebook Empire module is a special section within the members area. Not everybody gets it. Make sure you pay attention when you go to it. Then there's a complete curriculum down here, day 1 through day 7. The first week is very important. And then, of course, the knowledge bank, and it tells you what sections it gives you information about each of the things that you're going to need to learn. So, for example, when you get to the lesson where you need to build your website, you can learn everything from the lesson, but you can enhance it even more if you go read, for example, the tutorials about WordPress 101, or the same applies to list building when you need to build your email list. So it's very easy to navigate. As you see here, you have access to all the modules right away with one click. But notice that I only have up to day 14 right now. That's because I've only had access to this for about 14 days. Tomorrow I'll have day 15, and the next day 16, and so on. This keeps me on track. So far I've been following very closely, and it's making me want to quit all my other stuff and focus this 100%. I already made a few $100s every couple of days. So if you are looking to make money, then you want to look at this. I'm certainly not at a level where John is, but if I put even more time into this, I know that it would work better. So once you get started and you log in, the very first thing you want to do is take lesson number 1, which is day 1, welcome to I am John Chow. Of course, the next day you will take day number 2, and so on and so forth. But let me go through and show you a little bit more about the website. If you get stuck at all on anything that you're working on, if something's not working right, if you can't get access for whatever reason, or there's a problem with the system, this is one thing that I always look for in any kind of thing that I purchase. Support. Is someone there available to help me if I have a problem? And here it is, front and center. The support tab walks you through how you can contact the support desk and get some support from John Chow or one of his representatives. Step by step, how do you reach for support and how do you get access to that? So that's really important to me, and it makes you really feel like there's somebody behind you to help you. Besides the support, we have, and I'll tell you really about the daily action plan, which will be the last thing I talk about, but right here we have the knowledge bank. The knowledge bank is in and of itself more valuable than you'll ever pay for this system. So if you're going to pay $47 for this, and if you see the amount of information that's in here, you know that this $47 that you'll pay is worth every penny, because here he teaches you how to build a site, how to pick your domain name, where to buy, and how to buy web hosting, and also how to connect your name to your web host, because all those are tricky things. And just so you know, I charge people anywhere from $150 to $600 to set up just their basic website. So the fact that you pay $47 to have somebody guide you through this, it's a steal. After that, you have WordPress tutorials to teach you how to manage your site once it's up and running. Of course, how to build your list, which is very important, your email list, so you can contact your subscribers and your readers. There's also an SEO guide, how to use ClickBank, which is an affiliate network, and the core of the whole system, or a big part of it, is a 4-step formula to freedom, or freedom formula. So just the knowledge bank alone is worth the $47, but it doesn't just stop there. Let me show you a couple other things. As you know, if you've been on the internet for the past couple of years, you know that social media is taking off. In fact, it's been taking off for years, and now it's really, really reaching the general population. When you see Facebook and Twitter and all the other social media sites advertised on TV, you know that we're at a shifting point where social media is becoming entrenched into not only the early adopters' life, but everyone's life. I've been an early adopter of social media, and just in the past year or two, I've seen a lot of people jump onto Twitter, Facebook. Recently, Instagram's been blowing up, and so has Pinterest. But Facebook remains the largest social network, and it has the greatest potential to monetize if you know what you're doing. There's other people that teach you Facebook, and they charge you hundreds of dollars just for the Facebook information. But John has that as part of his system, all built into here. How do you use Facebook? What are the strategies to use it? Then he also teaches you how to generate traffic and how to generate leads from that traffic. And of course, Facebook's biggest revenue source is advertising, not only for them but for their partners. So the moment you start advertising for Facebook, you become a partner. And Facebook is your advertising platform. And this information right here teaches you how Facebook ads work, how to promote your post with paid, you paid for to promote that, and also what the strategy is for advertisements. So far we have the knowledge bank, teaches you all the basics of building your site, managing email lists and all that, and then Facebook Empire modules are very critical to social media success with the entire program. Of course, there's a success secret system, which has a few things that really kind of make it even easier for you. Instead of you having to build a site or having to write your own blog posts and stuff, the system does it for you. And I've checked it out. It's pretty valuable. I haven't gotten to that point yet where I use it, but I could see that I would be using that pretty regularly once I get to that point. So those are the 3 extras basically that you get with the system. Now, if we go into the daily action plan, as I mentioned earlier, each day comes to you on a schedule. Every day you have a new day to go through, and each day is comprised of a video and a lesson that comes with a video, and also of course a homework assignment. So you pay attention to the video. They're anywhere from 5, 8, 20 minutes long, and it's very, very well structured, and at the end you have an assignment to do. So that is your one thing that you have to do every day. If you watch the program and listen to what John tells you in one point, not only is support really good here, but the fact that he's guaranteeing how this is going to work is very, very important too. There's a promise and a guarantee personally from John where if you follow this step by step, you will make money. And I can tell you that I've already made money from this. So, just follow it as it tells you. Do the things one step at a time, and don't deter from your course. So you have to complete this in order for it to work. I know a lot of people say that, and it's almost cliche, but it's the truth. If you don't stick to anything for a long time, if you don't put your commitment forward and stick to it, chances are you're going to fail, no matter what system you're using. But this system is tried, true, and John's been using it for 12 or 13 years. He's been modifying it every year and every time that the internet changes a little bit so that it can continue to make him money. And this is what is working. So as you can see here, we have day 1, day 2, day 3. Some of the topics that really stand out to me are, for example, picking your niche. I get a lot of people that ask me, well, how do you pick, I know that you can make money online. I teach people how to build their websites and how to monetize them. But it's always a little bit tricky to find out what is it that you can go into. What kind of niche can you go into? There's a lot of them. There's health, there's fitness, there's reviews, there's technology, there's travel. And within those big niches, there's a lot of different niches. For example, there could be, if you like to travel or write about traveling, you can make a lot of money by having a monetization plan with email systems and a blogging platform talking about traveling. And if traveling is too big for you, maybe you want to focus on, how about cruise traveling? And maybe all you talk about and review is cruise traveling, different 3-day cruises, 7-day cruises, 14-day cruises, expensive cruises, cheap cruises, all kinds of things. If you take that same analogy into any other industry, the sky is the limit. Take, for example, sports. Well, maybe you don't want to be a sports writer or a sports commentator, but maybe you like how coaches recruit students or how that works because you've been a recruiter. So you can be a very, very specific niche that really can make you a lot of money. In John's case, if you want to take an example that's working and makes sense, John is in the make money online business. He teaches you how to make money online. That's what he talks about mostly on his blog, and he guides you step by step on how to build a business that makes money. So this is one of the examples. This is how you make money online. Follow this step-by-step plan and it should work. Another thing that's very interesting to me is the domain name. Once you have a product that you've selected that you want to promote, whether it is your own or somebody else's, if you didn't know, you can promote other people's products and get paid for that. That's called affiliate marketing, and it's part of what John teaches. Once you've done your selection of the product, like I said, whether it's yours or somebody else's, you have to pick a domain name. And that can be tricky. A lot of people buy a domain name based on what they think that they want or what they like. And they forget to do any kind of research as to what is a good domain name. Whether you're using the right name, the keywords, is it too short, too long, is it relevant to where your people are going to want to read? The people, once you start putting content and products out there, are the people that you're trying to find going to relate to that domain? Then, of course, there's a very interesting thing for me here that I've struggled with in the past is writing effective emails. I can write really well. Grammatically, academically, I've always been good at writing. What I can't do very well is sales emails. So it's hard for me to write something that people are immediately attracted to. That's where the storytellers are really good, and John teaches you how to build a story even in just the subject line so that you can convince people to open your email and follow through with what you're asking them to do. And of course, one thing that is pretty cool is the celebration of success. Once you achieve certain small success or any kind of success, John recommends that you celebrate it because you deserve it. You built something up to a certain point, and now it's time to maybe reward yourself with a little something. I don't know if you know anything about John. He recently put out a video called Dare to Dream, and he talks about one of his rewards that he just gave himself and his family, and that was a brand new car. And it's because after years and years of working, he's able to afford this car, and it's not a normal car, it's a super car. It's over, I think, $130,000 worth of car. I mean, it's a Mercedes-Benz, and so that's how he rewards himself. And it was funny to me because I know John personally. We go out to lunch, we hang out. In fact, his dog is somewhere right here because I'm babysitting him or dog sitting him while John is in Shanghai. But when I first met him, I said, "Well, so where are your cars?" Because his blog has a lot of cars. He likes supercars and stuff, and he says, "So I don't have any cars. I mean, they have one family car. It's a very nice car, but it's one." And that was kind of puzzling to me because here's this guy that's making tons and tons of money, and I would imagine that he would have, a Ferrari over here, Lamborghini over there, maybe some DB9 sitting, just a daily drivers. But his answer was very, very. He kind of set me back, but it's good to know that this happened. His answer verbatim was, "Oscar, I am very financially responsible. I'm a fiscally responsible guy." And he basically said, "I don't have any cars. I don't have any big item toys because I save my money, I put it away so that I can then buy myself a reward when it's time is due." And just in the past couple months, he got himself a $130,000 Mercedes-Benz. He's made a bunch of videos of it because it's such a cool car. But so, I'm not saying that you're going to be able to buy yourself a six-figure car, but right away. But it's very important that you celebrate success, and John tells you why, how, and when to celebrate that success. So, as far as the system goes, the system itself goes, there are videos like this one with information about it. And there's also the lessons. For example, this is a lesson. I've already clicked on it so you could see, and I'm going to play you maybe a 10-second clip. This is day number 7, how to choose your domain name.
Hi, I'm John Chow with me, John Chow. So today, we're going to start building your website. For those of you who are
you will see that it works, and I'll be back in a second. Somebody's at the door. Isn't actually anybody at the door, it's just my wife. In any case, let me play a little bit more.
Completely new to this, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through all the technical parts and make it as easy as possible for you. Let's quickly go through what we discussed yesterday. We cover how to pick your product.
So, as you can see here on the left hand side, you have the chapter selection for each of the lessons. So for example, we're on day 7, and you can jump ahead. Not that I recommend it, but if you need to repeat a lesson, you simply click on it and it starts over from that section. What's pretty cool too is if I close this, and let's say I go to day number 4, the system's going to ask me when I come back, I believe, it's going to ask me if I want to continue where I left off. See? Would you like to resume where you left off? So that's pretty useful because in case you have to pause and go maybe eat lunch, or you have to attend to your family or something, when you come back, you don't have to start over or try to find where the video is. It's just ready to go where you left off. So check out the video. My blog post is at the bottom. Excuse me one more second. The blog post I made is in the link below. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel. Not only do I have this video and reviews of other stuff, I also do videos, tutorials for WordPress, and what I call Fly on the Wall series. So check them out. But it's very important if you want to make money online, if you want to build your business online, check this out. Go check it out today. Don't wait until tomorrow, because as John will tell you, someday I'll do it will be a someday will never come. So anyway, thanks for watching. Again, this is Oscar at NotAGrouch on Twitter, notagrouch.com. Also NotAGrouch on Skype. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.